The following is a proud production presented by the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network welcomes you to the Planters' first round ball game of the week. We would also like to thank our other broadcast sponsors, Sonic America's Drive-In, Com South, Brennan Outfitters, Harry Ford, Spherion Staffing, Spillers Orthodontics, House and Lake Country Club, Mike's Golf Carts, Paul and Casey Elmore, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics, and Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics. Now it's time for the Spherion pregame show, fueled by the Applebee's and Perry pregame meal, with your hosts Kenny Kofer and Brett Taylor.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Spherion pregame show, where the Westfield Hornets are set to take on the Tiftarea Academy Panthers out of Tifton, Georgia. And I'm alongside Adam Chalmers here tonight as an exciting girls game leading into this one, as Westfield Lady Hornets battled hard, but they came up just short against the Lady Panthers. And if we can expect the same type of excitement for this men's game, this should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We had a great game for the girls, just falling short at the very end, but it's looking like it's going to be a good guys game. We have some interesting referees. Both of the crowds got fired up towards the end, so definitely looking like some exciting action here to start the game.
It should be exciting as Westfield comes in riding high, have not lost in the new calendar year, 7-3 overall on the season, and they are looking strong here lately. After that loss to Fursaw Academy here at the Nest, they've won 4 straight, and really, Marquise Watkins has been one of the biggest keys for Westfield. We know he can distribute the basketball, but he's also starting to score the basketball as well. And then you got people like Connor Doles coming off the bench and making a name for himself, and he's done a pretty good job as well. So you got some new guys, and of course you got Giles, who's always steady in the middle. And then you got the three-point shooting on the outside with Griffin Elmore and a couple others. And it's just an exciting team, and this team puts it all together. There's not many teams that can beat them.
Yeah, Westfield also running with, I believe, 12 players tonight. Kate Thomas and Garen Dahl, both freshmen, are playing tonight, or at least dressing out for the Hornets. And we saw earlier, like you said, I mean, Marquise and Connor Doles have been great playmakers for this team, especially exploding in the last game that we broadcasted back last Tuesday. Doles had 15 points. I believe Watkins had 17 or 18. But both players would be key. Of course, Watkins leading this offense at point guard, and Doles coming off the bench. Hopefully he can provide a spark, but definitely Westfield's definitely been carried by their offense, playing some great offense, and we'll see if some of these new young guys on the team can make a difference.
Yeah, it should be exciting. You got some new players, as you said, there on the team for Westfield. I see number 50 down there dressing out here this afternoon or this evening. A couple others as well. I know you know number 50 down there.
Yeah, like you said, 50 freshman Kate Thomas and Garen Dahl, I believe 22. They both saw playing time against Frederica, I believe. I believe they scored. So definitely, I believe they're 2 of the greatest players on the B team. So definitely we'll see if they can provide anything off the bench if they get in tonight.
So here are your starting lineups, brought to you by Spillers Orthodontics, where great smiles begin. For the visiting Panthers from Tiftarea, it will be number 23, Spence Massey, followed by number 15, Kane Cooper. Followed next by number 5, a fun name, Mondo West. And the 4th player is number 13, Connor Covillan. And finally, number 14, Connor Cosma. So they're going to have us working hard for our names here tonight, Adam. But here come the Westfield Hornets and their starting lineups. As we'll go ahead and tell you about the uniforms real quick. Brought to you by Graphic Guys of Georgia. Westfield in the home white with the green numerals, trimmed in gold. And the visiting Panthers dressed in navy blue with gold trim on the shorts, gold numerals, and gold lettering. And the starting lineups for Westfield will be number 10, Paul Fitzgerald. Number 11, Marquise Watkins. Number 12, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Number 15, Giles Amos. And finally, number 23, John Bard. And that is your starting lineup, brought to you by Spillers Orthodontics, where great smiles begin. And going on into this game, the keys to the game brought to you by House and Lake Country Club. It's got to be for Westfield defense, defense, defense. When they play defense, their offense responds, and they're able to get transition buckets. And, of course, number 11. Number 11 is the key player for Westfield. As he goes, so go the Westfield Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, last Tuesday when broadcasting, Marquise exploded, was really leading in every facet of the game. Hopefully he can have a good game. We'll see Paul get in the starting lineup tonight. If he can explode, he's definitely a really good three-point shooter. Hopefully he can do some of that tonight, and hopefully lead the Hornets to a victory.
And there's the opening tip, won by Westfield. Watkins quickly up the floor, gives it off to Bard, and puts it in for two, and Westfield quickly up 2-0 here to start this game. Didn't take them long there, as of course, there's our man, Watkins, dishing off the assist to start the ball game.
Yeah, Westfield definitely has the height advantage. Hopefully they can capitalize off of that.
Mondo West throws across court, is picked off by Watkins, bounce pass ahead to Paul Fitzgerald, and it'll go out of bounds off the hands of Paul. A little bit too much top spin on that pass, got a little bit out ahead of him. So Westfield turns it over here, and that will be Spence Massey giving off to Mondo West. West lobs it ahead. Now over to Massey. Massey driving the lane, going to go up, little runner in the lane, and it's good. 2-2. Here are your score, just 40 seconds into this game.
Yeah, I mean, Tiftarea coming out kind of out of control, but able to regain themselves as Giles makes a good layup.
Giles just nice and easy turnaround off the glass, look like Tim Duncan there. Puts it in, 4-2 your score.
Liking the headbang.
I know, going old school. And now they better get across the timeline, and they dribble it off of the thigh and turns it over, does Kane Cooper. So Westfield forces a turnover, and here they come, up by two.
Definitely fast pace to start the game as Giles with another one.
Giles gets the bullet pass inside, puts it in for two, and the foul. He will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Foul was on number 14, Connor Cosma. It's his first, team's first. 6:54 in this opening quarter, 6-2. Westfield on top. Giles at the line, bounces it around and in. And the Hornets lead by 5.
Yeah, I mean, the Hornets coming out hot. Like you said, it's fast pace. We'll see if they can continue that and get that defense. One of the keys to the game.
And another good defensive play there by Westfield as Marquise Watkins forces Mondo West to step on the near side baseline, and it goes over to the Hornets.
And a quick Comstyle stat update, already 5 points for Amos.
Good start. Now John Bard open for three, in and out, rebound, off the hands, but Giles regains it and puts it in. So he's got 7 of the 9 points for Westfield here early, and they lead 9-2.
Yeah, Westfield coming out hot just like the girls did. Fast-paced offense and able to play some good defense to start out. We'll see if they can continue it.
Cross-court pass now, three-pointer on its way from Connor Kovilion. No good. Now push ahead to John Bard. Bard's going to go up and puts it in for two. John kind of snuck out the back door there, was open on the breakaway. 11-2 your score.
Bard and Amos the only offense.
Westfield playing great defense. Oh, wow, they called backcourt, and it went off the hands. Yeah, they're going to turn that over. It went off the hands pretty clearly of Marquise Watkins, and Watkins kind of smiled there.
Yeah, this might be a good thing for Tiftarea. Just try to slow down the pace, get a nice break. They ended up getting the ball back. But, I mean, Westfield's come out so hot in this game just in the first 2 minutes. Really just trying to slow it down and trying to find their offense as Tiftarea needs to do.
Well, good job by the refs overturning that one now. It's Spence Massey will bring the ball up the floor. Watkins on him. He swings it far side over to Kovilion. Oh, it's stolen. Picked the pocket. Ryan Fitzpatrick, but he tries to throw it in as he was going out of bounds, turns it back over. And West comes back and puts it in for two, so it's 11-4.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's slow to get up. I don't know if he's hurt or what, but.
Yeah, he kind of might have skinned the knee over there as he has the basketball now. Gives over to Watkins. Watkins in the lane, loses it, and turns it over. Kovilion with the ball. And here he goes, coast to coast. And off the rim, no good. Rebound to West, no good. Rebound. Giles comes away with it. And here comes Giles, pushes it ahead to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald pump fakes up underneath, puts it in, and the foul. 13-4. Right now it's Giles and Marquise Watkins doing the damage there, but this time Fitzgerald gets the basket.
Yeah, I mean, Giles with 7 points. Now Fitzgerald looking to get maybe his third point if he can make it. Bard with 4 points. A lot of offense coming out here now Hornets definitely just starting the quarter strong. 5:08 left to go in the first. Already 13 points on the board.
And Griffin Elmore will come in to replace Ryan Fitzpatrick as Fitzgerald at the line completes the three-point play, and Westfield leads by 10, 14-4, with 5:08 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, looking to do kind of a half-court press look. Putting some pressure on Bard, trying to get that vertical ability to steal that one away, but a three-point shot is made.
Man, that was off the glass and good. As Brett said, he didn't call the bank shot, so it shouldn't count. But it does. Connor Kovalon puts it in, and it's 14-7. Watkins, yep, he was fouled. On the floor, foul will go on Mondo West.
West, his first, team third.
So that's the third team foul already here. Not even halfway through the first quarter. First on Mondo West. Elmore will inbound the basketball. Swings it here near side to Bard. Bard driving the baseline. Goes up underneath, and count the basket.
Wow.
Westfield.
What a shot there by Bard.
No kidding. Write that one down as a possible play of the game there, as Jay Bard goes up and under, and now can he complete the three-point play here? That's what I'm saying. That's an early Sonic play of the game nominee. Free throw up and good. Westfield has converted 3 and 1s here in this first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Westfield definitely coming out good on the offensive side, good with the free throws. Everything offensively is going for him well.
Connor Cosma stuck here, and it forces a turnover. They push it ahead. Watkins, oh, wow, what a catch by Mondo West. And back comes the Panthers. Blocked from behind. Oh, okay. They call a foul on Bard because I was about to say Fitzgerald got all ball.
Yeah. Bard did not like that.
That was a bailout there because that was a clean block from behind. It looked like Bard had established position as well. You got to love Coach Wall's style.
Yeah,
who's rocking the jacket there, looking studly. First free throw in, and a
Coach
timeout.
Walls definitely has a great sense of fashion.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout with them. 17-8. Westfield leads. You're listening to Hornet Basketball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Jared Brennan here at Perry Ford.
And we're here to give you some very simple advice.
Number one, Perry Ford has 0% financing on all new 2015 models.
That's right, the entire Ford product line. 0% APR for up to 72 months.
Number two, Perry Ford is having a huge summer blowout on all pre-owned vehicles, from Range Rovers to Jeeps.
So why go anywhere else? Come to Perry Ford, the simple experience.
Welcome back to the Planters' first round ball game of the week on the Middle.
And they continue with the quick timeouts here as the second free throw up and good from Mondo West, and it's 17-9. And here comes Westfield quickly across half court yet again with Watkins and Mondo West on him. Watkins with the right hand. He's going to drive inside the lane. They're going to call a foul away from the basketball, I believe. No, they're going to call it on West. That's his second, team's fifth. So they're just a few fouls away from getting in the bonus already, not even halfway through the first quarter. And Fitzpatrick checks back in for John Bard. Ryan it with the basketball. Gives over to Watkins here, near side. Watkins is going to pull it back out. Professional camera work from Mr. Frank B. Taylor. Now Fitzgerald on the far side wing. Gives it over to Watkins. Watkins down low to Giles. Giles, great position. Cannot get it to fall, though. Hits the front iron. And here comes Spence Massey for the Panthers. Over to West. Steps inside and drains it for two. Good looking jump shot there from Mondo West. 17-11.
Yeah, definitely a great shot there by Mondo.
Fitzpatrick pulls it out now, gives it over to Watkins. Watkins, far side wing. He's going to drive the baseline. They open the door wide open. He throws it over the backboard. Not the best shot there from Marquise. Westfield leads by 6, 17-11. 3:18 to go here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Amos and Bard both providing the offense, each with 7 points here in the first quarter.
Very strong. And now they throw this one almost into the student section over there. Alex Myatt almost came up with it. Now a three-pointer good off the hands of Connor Kovalon. And now, I don't know what the whistle was there.
I know we saw the girls have great efficiency shooting the 3 ball for Tiftarea. We'll see if that's the boys' strategy as well. Definitely trying to get back into this game. They've cut the lead down to 3, but Westfield playing great basketball here, especially offensively. I mean, Tiftarea is going to have to start making some really good shots if they want to keep up.
And now Watkins inside to Giles. Giles traveled. Yep, that's a good call. Giles never put the ball on the floor. He caught it and ran. That was a good call there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Giles traveled. Looks like,
I don't know what.
Let me stoppage of play here.
Yeah, referee going to come here to the table. Not sure what the problem was. 2:46 on the clock. Westfield up by 3. They'll inbound it to Spence Massey. He gives over to Cooper Kane, or Kane Cooper. Massey. Oh, wow. What are they going to call here? Oh, my goodness. They called that on Spence Massey of Tiftarea, and that was generous at best for Westfield. But the Hornets will take it. And now Elmore with the basketball gives it over here to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick drives the lane. He'll go up. Oh, he got hacked and almost got the basket there. You can hear the slap up here on the wrist.
Yeah, definitely good at that slap. See if Fitzpatrick can get some free throws. We've seen Westwood be up and down all year in the free throw game. Last week they did pretty good on free throws. The week before, not so much. So definitely we'll see if they can hopefully be an up night here for free throws, as that one is good.
Got every part of the rim there and counting the basket. 18-14. The foul was on Spence Massey. That is Massey's second foul, so he gets 2 fouls back-to-back there. And they have put Westfield in the bonus, so they should be going 1-1 at the bare minimum over the next few minutes.
Yeah, it looks like Josh Jones will check in for Tiftarea.
As well as Riley Mims. Second free throw, good as well, 19-14. Now they throw it, and it's going to be a turnover as Giles is going to come up with it. Westfield's press defense has done the job here early. Pushing ahead, Watkins. Sorry about that, Adam. What a pass! Giles can't finish.
You see Giles slapping the floor there, upset. That definitely would have been a play of the game.
Oh yeah.
If they had converted the shot, but now that is good.
A 3-ball, good from the corner from Kane Cooper. 17-19. Oh, and count the basket.
Well, I don't know, it looked like the referee said, yeah, I guess it will.
Yeah, he counted the basket there to foul on Spence Massey. He's racked up 3 fouls in about the last minute.
Yeah, Doles and Barr check in for Amos. I believe there was 3 substitutions. No, Amos and
Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Fitzgerald. I believe Griffin's going to stay in the game. They were just switching positions. But, yeah, like you said, Massey with 3 fouls early on. It looks like Tiftarea is employing that 3-ball strategy that the girls used.
So now Watkins with his attempt for the 3-point play. Count it, 22-17. Westfield has converted, I believe, 4 of those here in this first quarter as Watkins will check out and Reagan Waller will check in as we're under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Minute 55, Hornets lead by 5. Oh, that was almost a travel there as Williams throws it away, or West throws it away, and Westfield gets the turnover.
Yeah, not very good team chemistry there, just a bad throw. Now the most you can do. Now Fitzpatrick pulling up for 3, and that's no good. Bard with the rebound.
John kicks it out to Griffin Elmore for 3, and they call a travel. Whew. They are a travel-happy referee crew.
Yeah, a lot of travels here.
Brett just informed me the St. Louis Rams are going to L.A.
That is shocking. I feel bad for St. Louis, especially after the way Kroenke treated them in that letter.
No kidding.
I really thought that wasn't going to happen.
Dirty. But, hey, as a fan of an Atlanta franchise that went away twice, the Flames and the Thrashers, we know how it feels. But here, 22-17, minute 10. Long 3-pointer, good from Mondo West. And you're right, they are employing the exact same strategy as the girls The 3 ball keeping them in it here as we're under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Sorry to interrupt you. We just talked about the Rams. It looks like the Raiders actually bow out and they're not going to attempt anymore to move to L.A., according to Bleacher Report. So they're out of the race to move to L.A.
So it'll be the Chargers. And here we go. West gets the steal in the basket, and we are tied at 22 with 40 seconds left in this first quarter.
West with 9 points.
Turned it on here. And now Ryan goes up, and he is going to be fouled and go to the line to shoot 2. The foul will go on number 20.
Foul number 20.
And that is Josh Jones.
First, team 9.
So Ryan will go to the line.
Shooting 2.
So I wonder, we can talk about it in a minute. That first free throw up and good. Westfield regains the lead. How quickly do they go to L.A.? Because, but talk about lack of fan support in St. Louis next year. Goodness gracious.
Didn't they say, I thought
Front rim,
Kroenke was one of the investors in that new stadium in Inglewood. I thought they said they could move after, I thought they said that they could move after this year.
Let's see, a three-pointer up off the front iron, no good. Rebound with 20 seconds to Griffin Elmore. Westfield up by 1. They throw it away there. Ryan Fitzpatrick. I thought he was going to cut inside, and Elmore throws it away. So now Tiftarea can hold for the last shot here and possibly go into the second quarter with the lead. They have to break and get across the timeline here, though. He's in no rush. Mondo West will get across now, and a three-pointer from the corner. No good. Westfield with the rebound, 4 seconds. Here comes John Bart. 3, 2, 1. You better shoot it, John. Gets it off in time.
Looking for a goaltending, it looks like.
No goaltending call?
I mean, that looked like goaltending, honestly.
Well, they're going to confer here.
Coach Walls will be one unhappy camper if that's not goaltending.
Oh, they count the basket.
There we go.
Count the basket at the end of
Bard
the quarter.
with 10 points.
And Westfield leads 26-22. We'll take a quick break and be back with you. You're listening to Westfield Basketball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
When you are lost in a new area, you stop and ask a local. Likewise, when you are searching for a one-of-a-kind employee to support your business, you ask a staffing local who knows the community. We're Spherion, a 65-year-old workforce leader with a distinct local focus. Michael and Kim Chalmers and their team know the Middle Georgia area better than anyone. More than a business, this is our home, and we're on a first-name basis with the skilled administrative, hospitality, light industrial, call center, and professional talent who live in our community. Gain a local hiring advantage. Call Spherion at 478-956-1700 or find us on Facebook at Spherion Middle Georgia. Spherion would like to wish the Westfield Hornets a successful 2015 season.
Welcome back to the Planters First Round Ball Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter here, and the first basket up and good, 26-24, as that was made there by Kane Cooper. Here we start this second quarter. Westfield leading by a bucket. Fitzpatrick, far side wing. He'll dribble in, put it up. Off the back iron, no good. He goes over the back, though, and they'll call a foul on him. Good call that time.
Fitzpatrick, his first.
So that's his first foul. Exciting first quarter, though. Westfield got out to a 10-point lead. Back came Tiftarea. And Westfield has kind of battled with them here, and they lead by 2.
Yeah, I mean, definitely back and forth to start off the game. 26-24. Westfield with 7:27 left to go in the second quarter. Hopefully.
10-second violation. Did not get it across the timeline.
Yeah, those are those little things that can't happen. But hopefully Giles will be able to heat up. He hasn't scored any since that 7-point outburst to start the game.
Yeah, Giles seems to have a issue sometimes with that. He starts out hot, and then kind of the teams kind of take over and take him out of the game. Three-pointer, no good from John Bard. Barely drew iron, and here comes the Tiftarea Panthers. West steps back for 3. No good. Giles with the rebound. And a home run pass almost hit the top of the gym. Now here comes Giles going in and laying it in for 2.
Watkins may be in line to be the quarterback.
I know.
If he can come back next year somehow.
That thing almost hit the ceiling. Now they got him trapped, but he gets it away over to Cosma. Cosma, near side corner, now over to West. West guarded there by Fitzpatrick. Still with Ryan on him. Drives in the lane, and they're going to call a foul on Ryan. Wow, that was...
Foul number 12. Fitzpatrick,
So
his second, team third.
That's Ryan's second as Reagan Waller will check out and Paul Fitzgerald will check in. Westfield in the bonus. Not yet for Tiftarea. They swing it around. That is Miles Riley Mims. Bounce pass at the block. Good backdoor cut, but a block. Wow. John Barr looked like he got the block there.
I don't think that was a very good call.
Kane Cooper went for the cut underneath, and it looked like Barr got all ball, but no, not so lucky there. And now to the line will be Kane Cooper, who puts the first in. 28-25, 6:27 left here in the second quarter.
Cooper now with 6 points.
Make it 7.
Yep.
Westfield with a 2-point lead, 28-26. You got Watkins, Fitzgerald, Bard, Amos, and Fitzpatrick, the starting 5 on the court for Westfield. Excuse me. Watkins is going to pull it back out, reset the play. Now he'll drive, go right down the lane, and put it in for 2. I mean, he can take over a game. He kind of reminds me of Jeff Teague. He can pass, but he can hit those little runners. And now they just turn it right over to Watkins.
Right on cue.
Oh, and Westfield got a little sloppy there.
Yeah, Amos just kind of tipped it out. Coach Wall's not happy about it.
Nah, because you had a good chance there on the steal by Watkins to go back up by 6, but instead you lead by 4. Inbound to Riley Mims. Mims has it stolen away and almost committed a foul. Now Fitzgerald goes in, looked like he traveled, but he'll put it in for 2.
5 points for Paul.
Yeah, we need our favorite lady to let us know that it's a walk. Mondo West dumps it off. Now they kick it out, swinging around. Riley Mims thought about a 3. Now Bard on him. Set the screen. Contested shot, no good. Here comes Westfield. Watkins up, under, and count it. 34, Westfield back out in front by 8 points with 5:10 left in the first half. West almost loses it. Oh, a little trip there, and frustration foul, I think, on and a technical foul on Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Ryan slapping the wall there. Temper got the better of him that time.
Technical foul on number 12.
Yep, technical as well.
That constitutes fouls 3 and
Ryan plays a little out of control sometimes. I know we've said it before. He doesn't, you being a football player, you don't have to say what he is in the huddle or whatnot, but, you know, watching him in basketball and baseball from an announcer's perspective, he's got a different temperament. Granted, he's wearing a helmet in football, so we can't see it.
Yeah. Definitely, though, big for Westfield. That they said that'll be his 3rd and 4th fouls, so already 4 fouls for
Well, I think you only get 3 fouls, but the technical's a separate one, right? It doesn't count as a...
I don't know. That's what this
It counts as a personal, so he's got 4.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they said the score table just said it constituted the 3rd and 4th, so 1 more and a foul out. Yeah, that's what I got from the scores table at least. So now 4 fouls for Fitzpatrick. That's a ton.
So you might not see him for a while.
Yeah.
The good news is West missed both free throws. West missed both free throws, so that doesn't harm them on the scoreboard anyway.
Yeah, 8-point lead.
Still remains 8 points. Now going up, blocked by Giles. Spence Massey had that one blocked. And he's playing with 3 fouls, remember. Watkins, what a look underneath. John Bard.
Great assist there. ComSouth stat update. John Bard now with 12 points.
John Bard's a sneaky scorer. And this Mondo West, he's a great ball handler. I don't know if he's on par with Watkins, but he's right up there, I tell you. Drives the baseline, looking for room, and he's going to travel. Yep.
Yeah, you can see the feet shuffle down low.
He's trying to make the call to the ref saying, hey, I kept my pivot foot, but, yeah, your foot never left the ground, but it sure slid a lot.
Yep.
He slid back.
I ain't a player, but I crush a lot. 4.5 minutes left here in the first half, and Westfield up by 10. Watkins goes down the lane. What a look.
Wow, what a pass. Watkins with some great assists. Amos with 11 points.
He is just unreal.
He's got to have at least 5 or 6 assists, I think. Definitely looking up to be a double-double.
Now they got West trapped here. They get it over to Cosma. Now Cosma back to West. West got Fitzgerald on him. Pulls it out. Over to Massey. Massey swings it to Kane. Kane Cooper. West thought about a 3. And they're going to call 3 seconds. And that is exactly what happens sometimes when you got a guy out there ball handling so much on the floor. Your big guys don't know what to do. They just kind of get stationary and lull themselves to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be aware, though, those little things can't really happen, especially when you're down by 12. Those things have to go your way if you want to get back into this game for Tiftarea.
Fitzgerald, what a no-look from him, and John Bard is just the beneficiary. John's just standing at the rim taking all these no-look passes like, oh, thank you. Layup drill, thank you.
Yeah, 40-26, 3.5 minutes to go in the half. Bard with 14 points in the first half alone. We'll see how many he can get.
Now Cosmo's going to try to go up, bounce pass underneath. Good look to Massey, puts it up and in. Good teamwork there, a good pass, and good job, and they're down by 12. Watkins, what a look to Giles. Giles up, under, gets his own rebound, puts it up, misses it, rebound again, and he'll be fouled.
Yeah, and that's a big advantage, like we said, for Westfield. They have such a height advantage over Tiftarea that, I mean, really he can just go up and get his own rebound.
Yeah, Giles had 2 offensive rebounds right there, and it's just, he can just stand there and basically barely have to jump. First free throw on the way, no good from Giles Amos.
Amos with 11 points so far in your ComSouth stat update. Bard with 14, Fitzgerald with 5, Fitzpatrick with 2, and Watkins with 7, the Westfield's only scorers. Starting 5, the only scorers in this ballgame so far.
This is only Adams' 4th game, man, but he's a pro. Got the stat update, throwing it all out, doing it, man.
Third game.
Third game. Oh, see, I gave him a little. Yeah, so he's even better. That's true. We do 2 games a day. So see, there we go.
Yeah.
Second free throw up and good from Giles. It's 41-28. I'm going to say Marquis stepped out. He tried to save it. Nonetheless, great defense there from Westfield.
I believe Waller checked in the ball game.
Yeah, Waller checks in for Bard. Give him a little bit of a rest. He's tired. He stands underneath that rim, gets those sweet passes to lay in. Near side corner is Kane Cooper. Cross-court pass. Don't do that with Watkins. Watkins goes up and puts it in for 2.
Watkins with points 8 and 9 so far. You got to think about 5 or 6 assists as well.
Yeah, he fills up the stat column. That is no doubt. And they split the defenders there. Does Mims swinging around. West got Reagan on him. He's going to go up. Somehow gets the shot off, but he'll be fouled by Giles. And he'll go to the line. That's Giles' first foul. And now that puts Westfield over the limit. And now Tiftarea will be in the bonus as well with 2:28 to go before halftime.
Yeah, we can look at the fouls. Bard with 2, Amos with 1, and Fitzpatrick with 4. Of course, due to that technical, Doles will check in for Amos.
My man, Connor Doles scored 15 points last game, Brett. 15! Timeout on the floor. 43-28, Westfield leads. You're listening to Hornet Basketball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
Welcome back to the Planners First Round Ball Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Westfield Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Planters First Bank. Kenny Kofer, Adam Chalmers, and Frank Bristow Taylor III here. And the second free throw up and good. 43-29. Westfield leads by 14. Been a trio of scorers here tonight for Westfield. Watkins, Amos, and Bard. Bounce pass down low to my man, Big Connor. Misses the free throw, gets the foul, and he's mad at himself.
He's not very happy.
That's what I call the Cardinals trio. Miss the shot, get the foul, get angry. So that will put them to the line here.
We'll see if you can have a repeat performance of the last game we broadcasted last Tuesday where he scored 15 off the bench, got featured in our highlight video.
Yes. Yeah, he was Connor's always entertaining. Whether he's playing well or not, he plays with emotion, and he has a good time.
Yeah, and that's all you really can hope for basketball. It's just all about having fun, having a good time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a great football player, too. 43-30 as the first free throw good from Connor Cosma. Second on its way. Rattles around and falls through, so it's down to a 12-point lead for Westfield. They were up by 15. Got Watkins, Waller, Elmore, Fitzgerald, and Doles. And look at Marquise. I mean, he just blows by everybody. Such speed.
Third Hornet to break double digits in this game, now with 11 points.
A little jumper from the side here, no good from Connor Cosma. And here comes Watkins. Watkins, head full of steam, gives it over to Elmore. Elmore turns around, has it blocked from behind. He will dribble it out of bounds. No, it's going to say it went out. Well, they were pointing. Oh, white ball. Okay. The shot was blocked, hit the baseline. So it will stay with the Hornets here, where they lead by 14. 1:42 to go. Now open three. Count it for Griffin Elmore. 48-31. Did that burn your ears a little bit?
No.
Oh, and what a steal from behind by Reagan Waller.
Hornets looking to be on pace to score 100 if they wanted to.
There you go. Now a three-pointer from Fitzgerald. Count that one, too. Hornets on fire.
It looks like they're using Tiftera's strategy against them. We know Westfield can certainly shoot the three ball when it comes to their men's basketball team, and Elmore and Fitzgerald probably the two best three-point shooters for Westfield, showing it there.
Don't forget Bard. He'd be mad at you. Here we go with a 20-point lead, 1 minute. He dribbles it. No, they're going to call a foul on Elmore.
Offsides will get
So Griffin Elmore will get called, as Brett said, for the offside penalty because that was the same block. So team. And looks like coming up off the bench will be Wyatt Young to take Griffin Elmore. No, Marquise Watkins.
Yep.
Watkins was like, man, I want to come out. I'm a little tired. I've been running.
Number 21 sophomore Wyatt Young into this ball game. I told him at school, I said, please score so I can call your name out. See if he does it here.
And the front end of that 1-and-1 is good. Off the hand of Kane Cooper.
Well, hey, we're trying to rep class of 2018. I believe he's the only
sophomore
member, on
against
that's made
regular
the
playing
basketball
time.
team, yeah.
Cooper's second, rattles around, and it is in as well. So 51-33. Under a minute to go before halftime.
Cooper with 9 points.
Yeah, he's played a strong first half. Waller gives it over to Elmore for three. Count it! Griffin Elmore, Westfield with the onslaught here in this first half, on pace for 108 points right now.
Wouldn't that be a sight to break 100? I don't know if it would happen. I feel like some younger guys would get subbed in, but
oh yeah,
who knows? Just now,
Bo Cunningham goes up and puts it in, cuts it down to a 19-point lead. 20 seconds to go. Looking for help. Now they throw it over. Wide open for three is Kane Cooper. Rattles around, and the basket will go in. What is the foul call? Basket counts, and it was a foul away from the ball. I think it was on Reagan Waller. I thought they said number 3.
Looks like Doles.
Foul on Connor. That's kind of an odd situation there. Three-pointer is good off the hands of Kane Cooper. And to the line will be Connor Cosma. So,
2 shots on that.
2 shots. They got a chance for a 5-point play here. That's kind of odd. So count the bet. That's,
yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen a 5-point possession.
Never heard of a 5-point play before.
Jamal Crawford used to make all sorts of 4-point plays.
I think that's right, though. I think they screwed that up.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
Front iron, no good. And here comes Fitzgerald with about 10 seconds. He can slow it down just a little bit. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Gives it here near side. Elmore open for 3. Cow, man. Connor with the rebound. Puts it in at the buzzer. Connor Doles gets the basket. And we're at halftime with the Westfield Hornets lead 56-39 over the Tiftarea Panthers. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Westfield Basketball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Upgrade to that bigger ice cream cone and pay the same price as the small one. Upgrade to first class and pay for Coach. Everyone loves an upgrade, which is why right now ComSouth has a special offer for you. Upgrade your internet speed and pay your current rate for 6 months. Surf the internet, stream your favorites, play more, and pay the same for 6 whole months. ComSouth customers can call your local ComSouth office for more details or go to comsouth.net. ComSouth. Neighbors serving neighbors.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. When you are lost in a new area, you stop and ask a local. Likewise, when you are searching for a one-of-a-kind employee to support your business, you ask a staffing local who knows the community. We're Spherion, a 65-year-old workforce leader with a distinct local focus. Michael and Kim Chalmers and their team know the Middle Georgia area better than anyone. More than a business, this is our home, and we're on a first-name basis with the skilled administrative, hospitality, light industrial, call center, and professional talent who live in our community. Gain a local hiring advantage. Call Spherion at 478-956-1700 or find us on Facebook at Spherion Middle Georgia. Spherion would like to wish the Westfield Hornets a successful 2015 season.
Jared Brennan here at Perry Ford.
And we're here to give you some very simple advice.
Number 1, Perry Ford has 0% financing on all new 2015 models.
That's right, the entire Ford product line. 0% APR for up to 72 months.
Number 2, Perry Ford is having a huge summer blowout on all pre-owned vehicles, from Range Rovers to Jeeps.
So why go anywhere else? Come to Perry Ford, the simple experience.
Welcome back to the Planners First Game of the Week and into the Perry Ford Halftime Show on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Perry Ford Halftime Show. We're at the half. Westfield leads 56-39 over the Tiftarea Panthers. Westfield got out to a big lead early and then saw Tiftarea close the gap and tie it up. But Westfield pulled away there in the second quarter, got it all the way up to 21, but they drew it back to within 17, and that's where we stand here at halftime. But the big news you heard in the first quarter there from Brett and passed through me and Adam was sounds like we're going to have a team in L.A. here in the near future with the L.A. Rams coming back home to L.A., I guess you could say.
Yeah, that was pretty disgraceful. I mean, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the story, but I kind of have. And the owner Stan Kroenke, he's wanted to move to LA for a couple of years now, and he actually, I believe he was an investor on a $1.4 billion stadium in Inglewood that he was trying to move the team to. Is kind of, like a setup to try to move the team. And they, the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Rams, all had to send letters in because they all wanted to move to LA. And Kroenke just buried the Rams in that letter. He said that St. Louis was not fit to be a three-sport team. The city of St. Louis had done nothing to try to build a new stadium. And a couple of days ago, the mayor of St. Louis actually went out and, said, we tried to work with him. His office has not wanted anything to do with us. And so it's just been a really bad story. I thought that the NFL wouldn't approve it. A lot of the owners were saying they weren't going to approve it, but somehow it went through. We also saw the Raiders said that they bow out of the race to go back to L.A., so we'll see what the Chargers do.
Yeah, I mean, before I read it this afternoon, and what I had seen was it sounded like the Chargers were definitely going. It was two options: either the Raiders and Chargers go, or the Rams and Chargers go. And either they had two sites, Inglewood or Carson City, I believe. And what makes me laugh is I know it's probably the Rams, since you've been born, have always been in St. Louis, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but I don't remember. I think the Seattle Supersonics moved to Oklahoma City, but I've never really, besides the Brooklyn Nets moving, I've never really seen a team move in my lifetime, or at least be aware of it.
Well,
so it's certainly interesting.
It is odd. I mean, I've seen it. I'm not too much older than you, but in my 32 years, the Montreal Expos, does that name ring a bell?
Yeah,
they became the Washington Nationals. But you got some teams, and then the Rams played at the Anaheim Angels Stadium back in the day. That's where they played. The Raiders played at the L.A. Coliseum, if I'm not mistaken, right, Brett? The Raiders played at the L.A. Coliseum when they were in L.A. And, people forget I think that was only in mid-'90s or something, and everybody didn't think L.A. could support a team. They didn't have anybody because they said that there's not a true, following fan base in either of those cities. They didn't have true fans because they're all just a bunch of rich people, whatever. And now it's amazing what 20 years will do, and the whole mindset changes, and now they're like, oh, L.A.'s great. Mark my words, 2035 or 2036, they'll be arguing the same thing. I think St. Louis would be a great place to move to for an NFL team. Because the Arizona Cardinals, guess what? Before they were there, they were the St. Louis Cardinals in the NFL. So you had the St. Louis Cardinals in football and baseball.
Yeah, I remember reading about that. But, I mean, I think St. Louis is definitely a good city that had loyal fans. And so, I mean, I don't know why they would want to move away. I guess it's just the owners, wanting to be in a more, what they believe, financially marketable place.
Yeah,
which,
I mean,
it's all about money.
Exactly. I mean, they're going to be able to sell. It's all going to be basically something where, who's at the game. That's going to be the type of thing where.
And they'll definitely be able to charge, those suites extremely high.
Yeah, they'll have a Kardashian suite where they'll just have a reality show of them sitting there watching a football game that they know nothing about.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. I honestly am surprised that the Chargers would move. I mean, Chargers, I know that stadium is kind of older now. It used to be Jack Murphy and then Qualcomm or whatever it is. But, they got a pretty loyal fan base, and they have for a long time. They've been there for 40 years or so. So,
yeah, I don't really know because I totally just lost my train of thought.
Oh, that's all right. Well, I mean, but when you think about it, though, if a team, I can understand the Rams or the Raiders. They've kind of waffled back and forth, moved a couple times already. But the Chargers, they've been there for 40 years, man. I just don't get it.
Oh, okay. So what I was going to say is, well, it's definitely weird for the Rams perspective because you saw people the last home game that were chanting "Keep the Rams," and me and Brett were talking about it. I thought it said that they would be able to move in before next season, the 2016-2017 season when we played in Los Angeles because of that new Inglewood Stadium. But
I don't think they had started building it.
Yeah, I don't know. So it'd definitely be interesting to see. It's kind of an awkward situation, I would imagine. If you're a Rams fan, do you want to go, to see some of the final home games in St. Louis, saying they play in St. Louis next year, or would you want to, boycott the team, not really have anything to do, and just focus on your St. Louis Cardinals?
Yeah, I mean, you could see it going one of two ways: either totally boycott due to the hatred of the owner, or do you go and support the players who had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? I don't know. But, another team that's before your time that was dirty was the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns up in the middle of the night, and that's actually how the Colts ended up in Indianapolis, too. They left in the middle of the night, packed up, took a Mayflower van, and went from Baltimore to Indianapolis. But, Art Modell, that guy is hated. He's dead now, and he's still hated in the city of Cleveland. But then they came back in 99, so who knows. But we're going to take a quick break here as we'll wrap up this Perry Ford halftime show with Westfield leading by 17. You're listening to Hornet basketball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Planners First Round Ball Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back here to the third quarter where the Westfield Hornets lead 56-39 over the Tiftarea Panthers. And to take you the rest of the way on play-by-play is my man, Adam Chalmers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in the third quarter. We are ready for some more basketball. Like you said, 56-39. It looks like Bard's going to inbound it to Marquise Watkins.
Massey has 4.
I'm trying to look. It looks like Elmore will be out instead of Fitzpatrick. 4 fouls, 2 of those going on the technical. Also now to look like Massey has 4 as well. So that'll be interesting to see how they play him. Watkins gets the ball, driving up court, passing it to Bard. Bard now going to Watkins. Slowing down the pace now, speeding up. Watkins to Elmore, to Giles, drives in. Euro step, and that is no good. Rebound, Connor Cosma.
Yeah, that was a generous Euro step.
Yeah, now Bo Cunningham passing it off, and it is stolen by Marquise Watkins. Going up the floor, going for the layup. No good. Rebound, Elmore. Elmore gives it out to Bard. Bard for 3, and that is no good.
Westfield blew an opportunity there. An easy lay-in. Tried to pull it back out after the miss by Watkins and could not get the 3 to go.
Yeah, now Riley Mims with the ball, giving it to Cooper Kane. And now going inside, going up, and that is good. Connor Cosma with the 2-shot. And we'll see if they can build any kind of momentum. Now still down by 15 with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Marquise Watkins taking it up, giving it off to Griffin Elmore. Back to Giles Amos. Amos now giving it to Bard. Bard shooting another 3, and this time it's good. John Bard with the 3-point shot. Bard now with 17 points. Taking it up to the floor now. Now Bo Cunningham giving it off to Cooper Kane, or Kane Cooper. Had trouble with that all night. Riley Mims now with the ball, giving it back to Kane Cooper. Now Cunningham with the ball. And now that is Mims, and he misses the shot. It's going to be Westfield ball.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, we're having a little technical difficulties. I think everything's working all right, but I just see something flashing. I got concerned.
I think it's fine.
But right now, Westfield leading by 18, 59-41, 6:22 to go.
Yeah, and correction, now it looks like Tiftarea will have the ball. Cunningham giving it off to Mims. Mims now driving, giving it back out to Cunningham. Pump fakes. Gives it to Connor Cosma, or Connor Cavalon, or whatever his name is. What do we say it was?
We'll go with Covillian.
Covillian now stolen by Paul Fitzgerald. Up the court, and he overthrows Bard and Watkins. They can't get it.
Westfield
Big
sometimes gets a little too aggressive. I think if they slowed that thing down there, they have a lot better chance. A little too aggressive.
Yes, and now Mims taking it up the court, giving it off to Cunningham, guarded by Bard. Cunningham now down low. Potential walk there. He goes inside, gives it out to Cunningham for 3, and that is good. You can count it. Bo Cunningham with the 3-point shot. Cunningham with 5 points, and they cut the lead to 59-44 here with 5:33 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, when Cunningham's had his opportunity, he's made a couple shots, and Had the three-pointer there, knocks it down.
Now Giles with the ball inside.
Giles
looking for a potential walk there. Elmore with a guarded three, and that is no good. Amos, good job getting the rebound, but cannot finish. And now Cunningham taking it up the court. Cunningham, maybe a potential walk there, but now going inside is Mims. And now Cavalon looks to get the foul there.
Who are they going to go on?
That's actually Cosma, correction.
They'll go on Giles. That's not his first. He's got more than that.
Cooper shooting 2.
Oh, no, looks like
second.
Yeah, second foul. So now Cosma, 7 points. The ball is up and no good. Still 59-44. No substitutions for either team, it looks like. And now Cosma, second free throw up and is no good. Rebound Marquise Watkins misses both of them. Now Watkins taking up the floor, giving it to Bard quickly. Bard going inside.
Count it.
And
no basket.
No basket. Looks like they called a travel maybe.
No, it's on John. He laughs going down the floor. I think they called a charge. So he laughs going right down.
15-point lead. That's really all you can do. And now double team, and they will call it.
Oh, they're going to call a foul on Griffin Elmore. Wow.
So a foul update. Doles with 2, Elmore with 2, Amos with 2, Fitzpatrick 4, Bard 2. As now Mims will take it up the floor.
This game
Mims giving it off to Cunningham.
This game does not have the same excitement level as that girls' game for sure.
Yeah, now Connor Cosma going inside, double teamed and cannot make it. Rebound Watkins. Watkins taking up the floor of fast pace. Watkins now going inside, giving it off to Elmore. Elmore,
what a look.
Count that shot. Elmore with now 8 points.
What a look
off
again.
The bench. And it is 61-44, 4:20 left to go. And now pump fake, giving it up, but it is stolen by Watkins. The height advantage again coming in handy. Watkins looking for the no look to Amos, and Amos.
And the foul on top of it.
Yep. They're going to count it. Amos now with 13 points, looking to get his 14th.
This referee crew, I think, really, really likes to call fouls because that was a basket. There was no need for that foul.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was away from, I don't know. Whatever.
63-44, 4:10 left to go in the third quarter. Amos looking for his 14th point, and that is up and no good. Just rattles out, tipped. But yeah, it looks like Tiftarea will retain possession. ComSouth stat update, Bard was 17, Fitzpatrick 2, Fitzgerald 8, Amos 13, Watkins 11, Elmore 8, and Doles 2. Now Cunningham giving it off to, I believe, Cavalon. Now Cunningham with the ball again. And the three-point shot from Kane Cooper is up and good. They're doing their best to try to stay into this ball game. Kane Cooper now with 16 points.
Yeah, Cooper, when he's had a chance, he can knock these things down. He's a good player.
Now Watkins going in, giving it off to Amos, and that is good. Amos now with 15 points.
Yeah, Giles is on fire.
Cunningham giving it off and almost broken by the press. Bard does get the steal up to Watkins. Watkins with the layup, and that is good. 68-47.
So 67-47 actually.
67-47. Now this press really struggling is Tiftarea, and it gets blocked there by Fitzgerald. Now going up the no-look fake pass.
Man.
Great move there. Watkins balling out now with 15 points.
And the Hornets up by 22. They've opened this thing up.
69-47. Riley Mims giving it deep. That's Connor Cavilon. Now Fitzgerald, with the steal down to Watkins.
Man.
Watkins points number 16 and 17, and a timeout is called.
They are on fire. So we'll take a timeout with them. You're listening to Westfield Basketball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
Welcome back to the Planters First Round Ball Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
We're back here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. It looks like it'll be number 15, Kane Cooper, inbounding the ball for Tiftarea. He's going to inbound it to Bo Cunningham, and it goes right off Cunningham. Westfield with possession. It's just been that kind of night for Tiftarea.
Brett with his crazy camera work there.
Now with Watkins lobbing it up to Giles. He cannot get the alley-oop, but that is good. Giles, 17 points.
And Westfield up by 26 points.
Cunningham taking it up the court. Giving it off to Cooper Kane, or Kane Cooper. Cannot get this name.
Yeah, that name is, I did it as well.
Riley Mims with the deep three, no good.
Foul away from the play. I'm going to call it on Cunningham.
Yeah, looks like Bo Cunningham.
No, they call it on John Bard.
Yep. So Bard with 4 fouls. I don't know if it's a major concern when you're up by this much, but, I mean, still, you never know. Looks like we're going to have Ryan Fitzpatrick entering the game for the first time since his technical foul. Doles and Wyatt Young. Giles Amish, John Bard. Looks like Wyatt Young isn't subbing in, actually. He gets taken off the floor. Coach Wall's not upset. A little miscommunication there. Now Kane Cooper inbounding it to Bo Cunningham. Cunningham giving it back to Kane Cooper. Cooper back to Cunningham. Cunningham inside. And now that one is no good. Cavallon going up. I'm just going to give up on pronouncing his name correctly because I cannot get it now. Fitzgerald giving it off to Waller, but miscommunication. It is stolen. And now Mims will take it up the court. And now Bo Cunningham.
It's not showing on ours, so I mean, I don't know.
Giving it off to Mims.
Tell it to refresh your browser.
Mims to Cooper Kane, almost stolen by Watkins. Looks like they're going to call a foul on him.
That's a ticky-tack touch foul there. I don't know why. And that is going to be a 1-and-1
Watkins with his
free
first
throw opportunity.
Wyatt Young coming in for Marquise Watkins, number 21. Now Bo Cunningham inbounding it to Mims. Mims guarded by Reagan Waller. Mims giving it off to Kane Cooper. And now getting, let's see what happened here. It went off somebody's foot. It looked for a second like it went off Tiftarea, but.
Yeah, I think they might call a kickball there, and which in high school with no shot clock is not really a big deal. It's just they get to inbound the basketball.
Yeah, so Mims inbounds it. Cunningham with the ball. Back to Mims. Mims looking to drive inside, pulls up, whistle blown. Looks like they're going to call a foul.
Foul number 3, BBall.
Mine's just spinning because I don't have the serve.
So 7th team foul, Riley Mims, who has no points despite getting a lot of touches, will go, and that one is up and good.
So I guess
trying
that
to just
one
make
fall.
a dent into this lead.
Yeah, it's a 25-point lead for Westfield, and they're looking good.
Minute and a half left to go, and the second one is up and good. It is 73-49, a minute and 28 counting to go. Fitzgerald will take it up the court. Fitzgerald now throwing it to Waller. Waller to Wyatt Young, back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald pulls up a contested three, and you can count that one. 3-ball has been great. You hear the student section loving it. 11 points for Fitzgerald, and the Hornets are on top, 76-49.
I think the cool thing with Paul Fitzgerald is I don't even think we've scratched the surface of seeing how good he can be.
Definitely. Hopefully he'll be able to get some recruitment from a college. We can maybe see him develop in the next couple years. Under a minute to go in the third quarter now. Cosma with the ball, giving it to Covalon. 3 ball is no good.
Foul going to go on Covalon there as he pushed away Paul Fitzgerald, trying to get position.
Well, hey, I think I'm doing better than them. They just call him Coughlin. So Young will inbound it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald taking it up the court. Fitzgerald now giving it to Fitzpatrick, getting his first touch since that technical foul in the first quarter. And Fitzgerald with another 3. That one is no good. Rebound Reagan Waller. Waller loses it. Cunningham trying to inbound it. Caught by Doles. Hey! The student section loves Connor Doles, and so do we. Doles getting his points 3 and 4.
They teed him up.
What?
15 up, I think.
Oh.
Number 14?
Kane Cooper, maybe? I don't know. No, looks like it's going to be. We'll see. That would be Connor Cosma.
Personal foul on blue 14.
Yeah,
Connor Cosma.
Technical foul on blue 14. Constitutes his 5th.
So Connor Cosma fouls out. Doles with the free throw. That is good. He got his 4th and 5th fouls. So no more Connor Cosma. He had 7 points. So one of the better players here for this Tiftarea team. It is 78 or 79-49.
79-48.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but Doles, 2nd of 2 is good. Doles with 6 points off the bench. And now he's going to shoot his 3rd. Like a free throw practice. That one is good. So Doles coming in clutch from the free throw line.
3 free throws and the basketball.
Like I said, Doles crowd favorite. Student section coming alive, screaming Doles when he got the ball. 7 points for Doles. Ryan Fitzpatrick will inbound it. Looks to possibly Wyatt Young, the sophomore. So it looks like we have 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore for Westfield on the floor.
We got some other players. I know there's a couple other people listening. I know my son Max is listening. Max, you got to go to bed soon, buddy.
Inbound to Wyatt Young. Wyatt Young taking it up the court. Wyatt Young with an isolation, drives inside, and he can't finish. Rebound Doles, and he can't finish.
Doles.
Doles with 9 points. Tell you what, Wyatt Young, if he could have finished that may have been one of the contenders for play of the game, but he couldn't quite finish. Doles with 9 points off the bench, and now throwing it in. Looks like they're going to call him maybe out of bounds. I don't really know.
Evidently, yeah. Good defense there by Westfield as Griffin Elmore is going to check in. He'll replace Paul Fitzgerald.
So we'll see. We talked about earlier we have some younger players. Alex Smith, the junior, playing his first year of basketball. We also have freshmen Garen Dahl and Kay Thomas. We'll see if they get any playing time. Fitzpatrick for 3, and Ryan nails that. He has 5 points. Of course, starting this game, but has been out for a while with the technical, and that will win your 3rd quarter. And shockingly, folks, Westfield might score 100 points. It is 86-49 to start the 4th quarter.
So we'll go to the 4th quarter with Westfield leading 86-49. You're listening to Westfield basketball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
Welcome back to the Planters First Round Ball Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Looks like we're going to have a 6-minute quarter. It is 86-49. Kay Thomas, the freshman, subbing in. He had playing time against Frederica. I don't believe we've seen him on any home games at least since then. Fitzpatrick, Young, Elmore, Thomas, and Doles will be your 5 for the Hornets to begin the 4th quarter. Like we said, 6 minutes. Cutting it down because of this big lead. Wyatt Young will give it to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick now looking to get some playing time after that technical foul. Giving it off to number 50, Kay Thomas, underneath to Doles. Doles cannot get it to go. Rebound, Riley Mims. Mims going up on the fast break, and Mims will. Thomas looking to I don't know what Kay was trying to do, but wide open is Fitzpatrick, and he can't handle the ball. He had a wide open shot layup, but he could not handle the ball, so it will be turned over. And now for Westfield, even with 6-minute quarters, can they get 100 points? 5:33 left to go. Like we said, the shortened clock. Mims will take it up. Actually, excuse me, that is not Riley Mims. That is
Spence Massey, and now
Massey.
Mims for 3. Count
Mims
it.
for 3, that's good. Spence Massey, I believe, has 4 fouls, or 3 or 4 fouls. And now Young all the way up to Doles. Doles.
I love Connor. Just straight out, shell him with a forearm.
Doles now brings that kind of hard-hitting football mentality to the basketball court.
I was about to say,
Cooper giving it into
Connor,
Spence Massey.
there's never any question whether or not it's a foul with him. He's just like, yep, it's obvious.
Yep.
Get out of my way.
So now Spence Massey with the ball. Massey guarded by Fitzpatrick. Giving it out to Mims for another 3, and that is good.
And the foul.
And the foul.
Chance for a 4-point play.
6 points for Mims. He jumps to 8 points overall. So you look at the ComSouth stat update. Starters, John Bard finished, I believe. I don't think he's going to come back in the game, but he's getting 17 points. Amos finished with 17 as well, as did Watkins. So 3 starters with 17 points. Mims gets that one to go. He has 9 points.
And it's back to a 30-point lead. And
Yeah.
a steal.
And that was steal
And a
by
basket and
Cooper
foul.
Kane. And Cooper Kane now is your leader overall. He has 18 points. But, of course, it looks like he's going to be playing a lot more than the starters.
For Westfield.
Now Reagan Waller looks to come in. So we have 2 players that haven't played. That is Alex Smith, the junior, playing his first year, I believe, in a while of basketball. And also
Garen
Dahl, freshman. So Waller comes in for, I believe, Fitzpatrick. So 2 seniors, a freshman, a sophomore, and a junior. Well represented from all 4 grade levels is now. It looks like Waller will get the ball, give it to Young. Young now going inside. What a Euro step, and Wyatt Young, what a play. I told him I'd call him out if he scored, and he did it. So Wyatt Young, what a play there. 88-59, the first points of the 4th quarter. 12 points left to 100. Ryan Fitzpatrick looking to check back in the game at the next whistle, and that is good.
Spence Massey.
Spence Massey, he's getting playing times. He was in foul trouble earlier. 6 points for Massey. And now Young spinning away. Wyatt Young, I tell you what, he's so elusive, but now Cooper Kane, or Kane Cooper, or whatever his name is, getting the ball.
Double C. CC.
Now Mims for another 3, and that is good. I wonder why Riley Mims hadn't been shooting 3s when they were in the ball game. 11 points for Mims. Elmore now going up, giving it to Doles. Doles inside, and that is no good.
Yeah, they're going to have a foul on number 20, Josh Jones.
Foul number 20, Jones. His second.
I believe Connor has a chance to go into double digits here, does he not?
Yeah, I believe he has 9 points. Yep, 9 points for Connor Doles, who had 15 off the bench last week. Now 9. Another impressive performance. Doles with the shot up and good. And so now we have got him up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players for Westfield in double digits. It's for the starters except Fitzpatrick and Doles off the bench. So Bard 17, Fitzpatrick 5, Fitzgerald 11, Amos 17, Watkins 17, Elmore 8, Doles 10, and Wyatt Young with 2. Now Ryan Fitzpatrick will check back in for Connor Doles.
Man, I want to see Connor stay in there.
3:57 left to go. It is 89-64 Westfield. Wyatt Young looking to inbound the ball. A whistle is blown. It looks like they're trying to set it up. It looked like they had to get a Tiftarea player off the floor. It looked like they were working with 6 players for a second. Now Young floating it over to Cade Thomas using the height advantage, giving it back to Young. Young now wide open 3. And that is no good. Cade Thomas getting the rebound, though, and the freshman going up, but they're going to call him out of bounds.
Give him the hard work there. He worked for that one.
Yeah, Young not really getting, he had an open look, but he kind of rushed it, couldn't get the full power behind it that he needed. Thomas stepped out of bounds. And so now Spence Massey, guarded by Fitzpatrick. Massey now directing traffic. Giving it off to Kane Cooper. Kane Cooper now, team leader, 18 points. Giving it off to Riley Mims, who's hit 2 threes recently. And now back to Spence Massey. And Massey going up, and that is no good. Rebound, Wyatt Young. Wyatt Young taking it up the court. 3:20 left to go. 89-64. We'll see if Westfield can do something to break 100. Now.
Yeah, they kind of slowed it down here.
Yeah, Wyatt Young giving it off to Griffin Elmore. Inside to Waller, he's able to get it. And now Elmore for 3. That is no good. Rebound, Tiftarea. Now it looks like Spence Massey will take it up the floor once again, give it off to Riley Mims. Mims. Actually, that's not Mims, but that is Mims right there with the shot.
And they've been on fire. I want to say they started this quarter with 46.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, and I just gave him 46. 66.
Yeah.
So 20 points.
I think it was like 46, 48 or something. I mean, but granted, these are most of the starters in against the backups. But now Cooper Kane or Kane Cooper, whatever his name.
Double C.
Well, I think there's more. I think Cooper Kane is more of a well-known first-last combination than Kane Cooper.
Yeah.
But anyway, Wyatt Young giving it off to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick going inside, getting the basket to go. 91-66. Timeout is called. I believe.
Is it a timeout? No, just a timeout to tie the shoe. So 91. We're 9 points away from 100 with 2:18. Can they do it? Can they do it? Now coming in will be Garen Dahl. He'll replace Ryan Fitzpatrick.
So the freshman getting some of his first play minutes. I believe we saw both Dahl and I want to say Kate Thomas in against that Frederica game or Frederica, however you say it. I can't pronounce anything tonight.
Don't worry, Brett butchers things all the time. I know he gave you a hard time about Frederica, but you know what?
Now Mims giving it to Mims misses it, giving it into Wyatt Young. Now Young with the rebound. Going up the court, fakes the spin move.
Oh.
And now almost stolen. Griffin Elmore, all kinds of room. Goes in, and that is no good. Rebound, Thomas.
Off the leg of the blue.
Yep, looks like it's going to go off the leg of Kane Cooper.
I don't know how that
Alex
didn't
Smith
fall.
getting his first minutes in this game, so everybody has entered the game for Westfield.
So this is basically your
B team
with Reagan Waller.
Yep.
So 91-66.
All four of those players on B team, I believe. I don't know if Alex starts, but Thomas, Dahl, and Young started.
drive.
There you go, Garen Dahl. I'll tell you what, just to go off the record, I have weights with both. Or I had weights with Wyatt Young, and I have weights with Garen Dahl. We were playing some pickup basketball Friday. They're definitely really good. Garen Dahl, he's going to be a special talent come later.
And a block by Wyatt Young.
Yeah. Like I was saying, they were both in my weights class, so we were playing pickup basketball Friday, and both of them are extremely talented. They're going to be some great players for Westfield going into junior and senior year. Like I said, Young a sophomore, Dahl just a freshman. And so now the ball will be inbounded. Mims with it. Minute 26 to go, 93-66. Guarded by, I believe, Garen Dahl. Now going inside is
Kate
Spence
Thomas
Massey.
the block.
And Thomas with the block. Now Young. We'll see if anybody can get points.
We need 7.
And now Young. Spinning, trying to give it off to Thomas.
Called on the shot. It's in the 1-and-1. They're in the bonus. They'll be shooting 1-and-1.
So it looks like Young will go to the free throw line. 2 points currently.
I think he just fouled out.
Yeah. So Massey fouls out. He had some foul troubles earlier.
So he'll foul out. Looks like coming in will be Bo Cunningham.
Yep. Cunningham coming back in. Getting an ovation from the Tiftarea side of the crowd. And so now Wyatt Young at the line. 1:11 left to go, 93-66. I'll tell you what, I kind of wish we had 8 minutes to play this. It'd be
I know.
and we could get 100 points. I don't know how many times that's happened.
Not many.
But now Wyatt Young, that is up and no good.
That ain't going to help.
Rebound Tiftarea. That would take it up the court. That's Carter Stewart. Getting his first minutes in
travel.
the game.
Called travel.
And Carter Stewart travels. I believe he was getting his first minutes in the game.
Good pressure there by the Westfield defense again. They've done a great job, whether it's been the starting lineup or the youngsters here.
Yes, so
he thought he was going to get the inbounds, but it was a travel on his teammate there. For
Garen Dahl giving the inbound. Wyatt Young wide open, calling for the ball. 1:02 left to go here. Young now going inside to Cade Thomas. Thomas going up and getting blocked.
Oh, my goodness. At this point, when it's a almost a 30-point lead, you kind of need to just swallow the whistle.
We got school tomorrow.
Yeah, unless there's an absolute hack.
So Thomas looking to get his first points.
Nobody fouled the rest of the game.
And that is no good by Cade Thomas.
I don't think they're going to get to 100. I think they're going to come up just shy.
97.
Yep. I think just because of the way the
Thomas now
clock.
Second one up and no good, misses both. Rebound Riley Mims. 53 seconds and counting left to go in this ball game. 93-66. Mims now giving it to Carter Stewart. Stewart into Cunningham. Cunningham going up, and another whistle is blown here. refs really doing a good job towards the end of this close game, trying to get the whistles blowing, make sure everybody has a chance to score.
Somebody don't want to go home.
Yeah, I want to go home now.
93-66. There's only 45.6 seconds left in the game.
Now Cunningham up and good, 93-67. Like you said, they had a really good quarter here against the backup Hornets. I believe scoring 19 points, or what is it?
21, I think.
21, actually, yeah. So far.
22, and only in 6-minute quarter. So.
And now Waller giving it to Young. Young will drive up the court. They're still playing their hearts out here, trying to impress Coach Walls, maybe getting some more minutes down the line. That is blocked, though. And now it is stolen away almost by Garen Dahl.
Thank you, didn't call a foul.
So now under 30 seconds left to go. Cunningham with the ball. Cunningham faking it, giving it, or actually driving it, and now.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know. Wyatt Young slapping the ground. I don't know about that. I mean, at this point, I don't think you would flop, but still.
Well, no, I think you just probably just don't call a foul.
93-68, 21.1 seconds left to go. Cunningham from the free-throw line. That is up and good.
Stat building.
Yeah, kind of stopped keeping stats. While Cunningham's had about 8 or 9 points at this point. No pun intended. Now Cunningham up and good again. Now Young will inbound it to Dahl. 20 seconds left to go. Back to Young.
Call off the dogs here, guys.
Playing that full-court press. Young giving it inside, stolen it out of bounds, hitting Coach Walls. So I think, Coach Walls wants to go home when he's taking off his big blazer.
That's right.
And
I think he was just going with the jacket today.
Yeah, jacket, yeah, whatever it is. But now Waller going inside, getting it stolen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cunningham gets it off, and that is no good, and that will be your ball game. 93-70, a lot. I mean, even though it's a 23-point game, a lot, farther away or, not as close. But your final score here, 93-70. I believe we'll be back with the post-game show.
Yes, sir. Brought to you by Bill and Laura Amos right after this here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Spiller's Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you're an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
Welcome back to the Planners First Round Ball Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
With all of your game stats, impact players, and analysis of the game, welcome into the MidGASports.net postgame show, presented by Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics.
Welcome into the Bill and Laura Amos postgame show. Kenny Kofer, Adam Chalmers, Brett Taylor. Here as Westfield wins this one tonight. 93-70 is your final over the Tiftarea Panthers. Big win for Westfield. Thought they might get 100. They came up just short. But they win big. 93-70 is your final. Our player of the game tonight, brought to you by Paul and Casey Elmore, will go to Marquise Watkins. Watkins, I believe, had, 17 points?
17 points and really only 2.5 quarters to play.
Yeah, and, not to count double-digit assists and rebounds as well, a couple steals. So all-around great game for Marquise Watkins. He is our Paul and Casey Elmore player of the game. And our Sonic drive-in play of the game will be John Bard catching a no-look pass from Marquise, going up and under the basket, laying it in reverse style and getting fouled, and then he was able to complete the three-point play. That is our Sonic drive-in play of the game and some ComSouth final stats for Westfield. Adam, looks like Bard, Watkins, and Amos each had 17 points. And then you had Fitzgerald, who had 11. I think Connor Doles had 10. 8 for Elmore, 7 for Fitzpatrick, 2 for Young. All over the scoreboard, all the Hornets, all tonight. They win. That is our ComSouth stat update. They win here tonight, 93-70. We'll take a few-day break and come back. I believe we'll be back in
Friday, I think.
Friday,
22nd.
Yep. Taking on, is it the 22nd?
I think it's
no, 22nd is, we're like the 12th. So we got a little while to go. We got about 10 days. 10 days, and we'll be back here. Then it starts an onslaught.
Yeah, then we get
about 10 games in a row.
Yeah,
7, 8 games.
I think it's 6 games in 2 weeks. I think it's back-to-back. We got Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, back-to-back weeks. So
yeah,
it's been a lot of basketball.
No kidding. So we'll be back then. But thanks for listening tonight to Adam Chalmers, Brett Taylor, and myself. Westfield wins. You've been listening to Westfield Basketball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
Welcome back to the Planners First Round Ball Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.